Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome back for some more EVE Online. I am once again in Esesama, close to the Tal in a Mars space. You can guess why. It's of course for the blueprint copies. Had to do another round of those. They're selling, well, a lot less good, I would say, than before. Although at least the larger transport type ships, like Orcas and freighters, are still selling pretty well. Structures, yeah, definitely a tough time getting rid of those BPCs. And then carriers, things like that, are definitely a lot slower all of a sudden. While doing that, this is what I tend to do, of course. I have the all-in-one Ishtar that is available for me here to do a little bit of exploration, so we will do that. Unfortunately, we are still under the wardec, so let's maybe first try to scan this signature down. But yeah, this wardec is still happening despite the fact that they have destroyed my structure. The main reason for that is because we still have this out here. A Galente control tower medium that is anchored in the system of J114700. So this is very old. In fact, it's so old that I didn't remember. I had to do a little bit of research on the wormhole. This is a C1 wormhole with a nullsec static. So finding this wormhole back is not going to be easy, but it is something that I'm thinking about, because it is this control tower that is basically making the corporation and the alliance eligible for wardecs non-stop, even if we lose our active structures that we are using. And so maybe it is something for me to look into and think about how can I either find that wormhole again so that I can get in there and unanchor the control tower. That would normally fix the problem. I mean, I can't right click it from here or anything like that, so it's not like I could abandon it or set a self-destruct or anything. Nope, it's out there in J114700, and unless someone else blows it up, I have to get into that wormhole. I think get on grid with the control tower so that I can unanchor it and get rid of this active asset in space, which is causing our war eligibility. So I'm not sure how you guys would do that. Definitely something that I would love to have some tips on. Are there like maybe chat channels where a type of service is offered in order to find a specific wormhole, or is there something else that you could do? Definitely let me know in the comments, because, well, this is, I would say, mildly annoying, although this shouldn't really impact newer players that much, because I think this boss is going to be like 9 years old or so. And we just thought we're gonna leave it here. Back in those days, that really didn't have any real consequences, and now with all of the changes that CCP has done to the war eligibility and the war system in general, it does have its impact. Oh, and I'm actually making a mistake here, since we are exploring under a wardec. Something that you should definitely do then is try to take advantage of free ports and accessible structures in the system, because I'm off to one now, and once I land on grid, I should be tethered, and that should mean that even if a war target would drop in on me, we should be fine. And ooh, that's great. The old stomping grounds of the Tal. Here we go. Sasha command relay. So a 3 out of 10 for me to run right off the bat. Let's do it. Let's just get back into it a little bit. I have been playing a little bit less while the war was somewhat active and they were going after my structure, and so now I want to get back into the swing of things, far away from where the structure was, back in a Mars space, exploring a little bit. So let's jump to it. Let's get that one going, and then let's see if in the meantime I can't scan down the rest of this stuff. We still have 2 more signatures to go, so maybe we can spot some more, but the... Why isn't... Oh, it's set in the wrong... Alright, there we go. It was in the wrong order, and then we've got another one. Furthest away is going to be the top one. Let's go. Like that. And am I first? Yep, everything is still on grid. Perfect. So we are going to grab, and that's just another wormhole. So Garde IIs are out. Let's start targeting some of these guys, and this is definitely still a very good Ishtar, but combat-wise for the drones, it's a little bit less strong, I would say. Oh, and we should focus on this guy as quickly as possible. Less strong than the one that I have in Solitude, because that one actually has much better tracking on all of the drones. And so it is important, for instance, that I go after that that commander here, so that while it's still at like 30 kilometers and very easily hit by my guards. And then we can start to spread these guys out. And another difference is that it does have a couple of lasers. That does help when a target comes in a little bit too close, potentially under the guns, you could say, of my guards. I can just add in a little bit of laser fire, and on the small targets, you can see here, the armor was just melted in a single shot. So let's get this next 5 going. Like that and like that. Target a couple more, but yeah, look at that, diving up to the 17 kilometers here. 16, 15 is going to be hard for my guard that's targeting him to hit, but my lasers are doing just fine. 2 shots, he's gone. We're back at, oh, this guy's at 15. Let's do just the lasers and then see if yeah, my guards can get rid of the rest of them or not. Yep, just shot that one down that I was targeting. And then this guy is still at 17, should be doable, but 13, it's a little bit too close for them. There we go, blap a 1 shot, and then luckily my laser fire is enough to take that little frigate down, and room number 1 cleaned up very smoothly. Not a single shot fired at my Ishtar, or at least not any noticeable damage on my shields. So let's go for room number 2. As we get a lovely explosion in the background. Look at that, these shockwaves, it's very cool. And now we can just take the kit. I'm not going to even bother going through that wreck. It's maybe a mistake. I think there's a tiny chance for a faction piece to drop from the that commander wreck here in the first room, but it's really the second room where it's all about. And obviously here we're going to prioritize him again, this time so that my mobile tractor unit can grab the wreck first. Super recognizable on this one, so just drop the mobile tractor unit and then look for the 1 frigate that's still in the room, the Black Ops commander. Then wait a little bit, because you don't want your guards to accidentally one-shot something else and then get another wreck on the field for your mobile tractor unit. Make sure that they fire straight at that Black Ops commander, and then if you want to, you can of course target a couple more of these guys, but we should be fine. And this does tend to happen sometimes. It's very hard for them to track, and that's going to be when this happens, when he's stuck on the structure pretty much. Yeah, that means that it tends to bob around, and very difficult for my drones to track. And then this is what I really like about this Ishtar. In the second room, everything is 30 plus kilometers, so my guards will have no problem whatsoever tracking. And even though none of them are active against me, these guards are just going to look for their targets, and you can see that in the background now. They're just popping all of these destroyers. Those are big and slow enough that they're easily tracked. You can see here full shots, all damage. It's just taking everything off the field. A couple of occasional misses, but this is like the perfect room for this setup, for these guards to take all of this stuff down. So let's let them do their thing in the background. Let's see, unlucky on the drop, but that's okay. And yeah, something that I should be doing here a little bit more than what I'm actually doing is keep an eye on local, because we have this going on right here. We are still at war with the belligerent undesirables, so don't want to get dropped at this point. But let's see if they can get rid of the rest of the room here. Just 1 more left. There we go. Super passive, super nice. That means we get to move on to Chunka for a little bit more. But yeah, this is still my my favorite playstyle. It was super fun to do a little bit of mining in the Orca, combine that with my own compression, and it was basically, in my opinion, at like the exact right time, in the sense that the next logical step was a little bit of industry, so we tried to do that, and this was just as everyone else was not doing industry. Demand for minerals dropped, so I could cheaply buy some of the null-sec and low-sec minerals, and as a result I managed to actually make some stuff with a decent profit margin. And so this is really what I should do, although there's no one to worry about in local at the moment. First thing you do, warp towards one of the structures, drop your probes before you're off to warp, and then you'll be safe and tethered while you scan down your signatures. But that's one gameplay loop. Mining, add in a little bit of industry, get your structure and compress stuff. Unfortunately, we've seen that for solo players it is very risky and very difficult to maintain that. And so this is the other option. The real solo friendly option, I would say, is exactly what I'm doing here: exploration. I tend to be a high-sec explorer, especially for this. Combat sites are always good news, potentially very rewarding. The drops here can be worth quite a lot of ISK, and this Ishtar actually combines it with data sites through this data analyzer, which these days can also occasionally provide some good drops, but it's also expandable to other places, of course. Especially wormhole space, for me personally, can be very interesting to do some exploration as well. Super cheap frigates hunting for relic and data sites. Those in wormhole space, I think it's C1, 2, 3 or 4, can be without any combat needs and can be very rewarding as well. There's of course always the PvP risk. Always assume that there's like a cloaked tech tree ship looking for you, so you gotta be fast, you gotta be efficient, but that's definitely something to do. And then the combat sites in wormhole space, I would say, used to be quite worth it, but these days I think there's a lot of it happening, and that is under pressure. So something else that I would do now, right? Nobody in local, but again keeping that wardec in mind, I'm actually going to head out into one of these anomalies. A Sancha hideaway. Two reasons. Number one, it's not too predictable where this Ishtar is going to be. Much better than sitting on a gate where a war target would immediately spot you, be able to tackle you, and you'd be in a lot of trouble. And if you complete the site quickly enough, it'll just be gone and you'll basically be in a safe spot. And then in the meantime, of course, we're also going to try to scan for these signatures, keeping one eye on local to not spot too much red to come in here. So there we go. Let's drop our small drones, and I'm gonna try a passive one on this one, or well, maybe not. This first one doesn't seem to wanna target us, so let's speed this up and target him. There we go. He actually finally decided to go after me. And so my drones respond in kind. And what are we talking about? That is a wormhole. There's a couple of his buddies on the overview. They're all coming, so that should be fine. And alright, not easy to scan. Could be something good. Let's go down. And then an enslaver comes in, targets me immediately. Great. Hobgoblins doing the work in the background again, and unfortunately that is just a wormhole. And that's it. So what was that? 3 spawns, 5 ships or something like that. And then in just a moment, so let's assume that you'd have more signatures and that you would still be scanning at the moment. We should then see, there we go, the Sancha hideaway is gone. And if a war target would be coming in now, well, they'd have to basically combat probe you in order to find you. So this is another way I would say that you can try to increase your safety if you're doing exploration under a war deck. Option number 1, easiest and fastest, I think, is just look for a structure where you can get tethered. Option number 2, quick little anomaly for you to get into, run it while you're scanning, and once that's gone, you're basically decently safe as well. And then if none of those are available, I think your best option is to actually quickly go to like a celestial or something like that, a planet or a moon. I would not go to star. I think it's too intuitive. It's going to be one of the first places that they'll check, I think. So off we go into Dira. Let's see what's available here. 3 signatures, that's not bad. Some lancers on the gate and a lot of structures. Actually a decently surprising amount of them. So let's go to one of those, and then the map is already open, so that's good. Oh, and local? Sky 01 to 06. Probably doing some mining here. And let's see what we got over here, of course. And so there we go, we're landing, and then I should get... Oh no, we don't have access, so that's a mistake here again. So this gives me no, and then you can see now that I'm not tethered. It's really this one that I should be going for. So that's a mistake, that's a lesson learned. Definitely take one of these structures where you have the little arrow that indicates that you do have docking access. So now we're off to that one, and there we go. Now you can see that I'm tethered, so even if a war target would jump in on me, they would not be able to attack me, and I would have the docking option right away as well. So off we go, we get a couple more signatures to go. Lots of wormholes here already. I think this upper one could be interesting, looking at the circumference here. So let's see, that's the bottom one. FSP 168. All right, and that's, you know, that's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 structures just available on the overview there. That's quite a lot of them. Athenor, right through Athenor. All right, so it's nothing too big. It's definitely a lot of them, and this one feels like it's gonna be hard to scan because it's back here. Maybe. And local is fine. Go, go, go. Cosmic signature. Yeah, weird spots, not exactly close to the planet. Usually it's a little bit closer, so you can see it's almost halfway, at this point at least, through these two planets. So, and then it's closing in, but it's still very hard to scan it. Interesting one. For Highsec, this feels like a trick. It could be like a high-level wormhole or something like that. Yeah, it's an unstable wormhole, so we're probably looking at something that goes into a little bit higher than a C1 or C2 or something like that. But let's move on to the next system. Kind of want to see if there's... So far, all the systems have given me really good options to basically stay safe from the war deck, or decently safe from the work. You're never anywhere actually safe in EVE Online, but relatively safe from the war deck, and so kind of good to have that practice, I think. So let's use what's hopefully going to be the end of the war to practice this a little bit, to make sure that, you know, if it happens again, which could definitely happen since we are still war eligible despite losing the structure, that we don't lose those habits too much. And this one has a lot of options, and this is again the easiest one. So another structure available here as well. Drop the probes before you're in warp, then you should be fine. And we could also run the refuges if we would want to. But yeah, tethering up is of course the easiest and the safest. So to the Syrup Research Facility. All right. Let's see where we can spot. We should be landing. There we go. Tether is active. So that's a relic site. What do we got here? And I'm still repairing. It keeps telling me that. I wonder, do any of my drones have damage? Don't see it. Combat sites. All right, let's see. Still below 50. And then this one, probably nothing too good. But yeah, 2 more. Only 3 in local. Sancha Watch, unfortunate. In my experience, very low chance at good drops. It does have a true Sancha Rat in it, but have very rarely gotten anything good from the Watchers, so I do tend to skip those for like a second round. On the first round, I'd rather get more signatures done and look for the better combat sites. So this is another one. Rogue Drone Asteroid, another one of those that has that tiny potential of dropping a good faction piece. I've seen a Microwarpdrive drop from them, and then I think there's some rogue drone stuff, some faction drone stuff that can drop there as well. But these are basically like super low chance, I think even worse than the Watches, and so they're like a final option. If I really don't find anything, I start running these Rogue Drone Asteroids, and then we're talking a wormhole, and here I'm expecting another wormhole, to be honest. But let's take a look. Still fine in local. Tethered, so we're good. Lower should have structures as well, I think, considering it has a NPC research station. I think at least someone will make it its home base. And yet another relic site. Alright, that's sort of an unusual result, I would say. 2 relics, 2 combats, and a wormhole. None of them that good. Usually, like, see a couple of data sites that balance out. Actually, in my experience, I've seen more data sites than relic sites, and so far it's 2 for 0. So that feels decently unlucky. Let's get into lower, and here we get Concord actually patrolling around. Is that normal? Okay, let's be extra careful, I would say. So lower Devil, 3 signatures, no structures. I thought we would see one, and then we also now don't have any anomalies to go to, so that really doesn't give you that many options. I would honestly then just go random planet. If you want to feel extra safe, right, then just take a random moon. I mean, for anyone to just accidentally or to follow you or find you there is really not easy to do. Then, yeah, too late. Definitely try to drop your probes before you are off into warp. But overall, it's still fine. And then this is a blue one, but yeah, again, if you don't have the docking rights, I don't think you'll get tethers from those structures. That's not worth it. But yeah, on this moon, we should be fine as well. And this is okay, accidentally, but this is exactly the situation that I'm in. So here you can see we have an anchored boss that's inactive. This is a small one, so this is what I have, or what the corporation has in that wormhole. What is it called? J114700, and this also makes you war eligible, despite the fact you could say that it's very old. Now, I'm not too much in a hurry. I would love to get rid of it, to be honest, right? So that I'm basically up to date with those war mechanics that are basically the rules at the moment. But if not, I mean, CCP is working, although we haven't had any updates or progress reports on that in a long time, but they are working on getting rid of the old boss system eventually. So I think that eventually they will do that work for me anyways. And well, it's not like we are wardecked that often, so I'm not too bothered by it. But let's keep going. Cosmic signatures, and we're on the moon, so we should be fine. 2 wormholes, and then the last one also feels like it's been a little bit too easy for it to be anything good. Let's take a look. It is a combat site, alright, and let's double click on it to get a better view. Super close to that wormhole. And still below 50, so could still be alright. Nation occupied mining colony. Now there is 12 people in local, so we gotta try to do this efficiently. But let's take a look. Hello, Abysser. So that could be bad news actually, because viewers do, I think, quite often follow me in exploration. So I would not be surprised if J Abysser is actually running the 4 out of 10 as we speak. But let's at least take a quick look. If I happen to be first, that would be great, of course. But I think that's when people start to notice me in local, when I'm exploring around, and then they're exploring as well. Absolutely pretty fun though. So let's see here. Let's take the gates, see what happens. Go, go, go. Do we see any? Ooh, we see full red. That looks like I'm first, so very nice. Let's try to run it as quickly as we can. So that's max damage for this one is get the guards out. This time in the first room you don't have to worry too much about the order. Can add a little bit of laser fire, tells my drones to attack. And then just, god damn it, my mouse doesn't want to cooperate again here. Dragging instead of getting the menu. Alright, adding in some laser fire. It's a little bit too far away, but who knows. A lucky shot is always welcome. Now we'll go back. Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4 is down. Like that. Take number 5 down. Okay. 1 more, 2 more. Perfect. Let's go. You, and then we can, oh god damn it, still one at 27 as well. Oh, let's see what happens. Quick laser shots to take that guy down, and now we get a couple of cruisers and battle cruisers. They've chosen their targets, so we're gonna allow them to do. And oh, I was not paying close enough attention here. Quick look at in local. Don't see any reds. Let's start wrapping back up. And then no, let's take the 22 first. Open fire. Mobile tractor unit is ready. Probes are in. We are ready here. Go, go, go. This guy at 20. Actually fully repped my laser. Yeah, it's really meant... and then Horse Trojan in a Gila is coming in on the side. Let's see if he competes with me or not. Where is he? Oh, he actually gives me the sights. Thank you. Very kind. And am I clicking one somewhere else? Yeah, right here. There we go. Torture next. Go, go, go. And so we do see some competition, right? And that's actually the best ship, right? Gila for combats. It's a little bit more efficient than this one, but yeah, I like to have this option for the data sites. So off we go. Take this guy down, please. There we go. And then Microwarpdrive, kind of important. I lost my cheap Gila. Kind of must be Abyss or something like that, because if you lose your Gila in these sites, that's kind of hard to do in my opinion. But okay, let's move. Room number 2, snipe for the target again.
Warpdrive active.
Like that, true Sansha. So look for the T, he's up here. Target, mobile tractor unit, sentry drones Press F, add in laser fire, and go, go, go. Oh yeah, and then don't forget, we have seen in one of the previous videos that is actually important to do. Grab another one of the larger targets that are not one-shots, because your guards will keep going. And if you're unlucky, that wreck can get, a one-shot wreck can receive priority from your mobile tractor unit for some reason. So let's keep going like this. Shields are still absolutely fine. He's repping back to halfway, but we should be alright here. More full hits, perfect. Keeps repping, but it's not enough. He's down. F on the Torturer. And that should give this mobile tractor unit time to take the wreck. There it comes. Overseer wreck, perfect. Torturer is down. We take a little bit of shield damage. Let's start repping. And now I'm just gonna let my guards do their thing for a little bit. Let's see what they choose. Couple down here. It's pretty good. Let's see if I'm a little bit more lucky on the drop this time. And then upper, I think. Yeah, there he goes. Man, slow tractoring. Come on. They're at 13. Alright, and there we go. This is why I do exploration. 60 million worth. Scoop to cargo. Return to drone bay. And upper Devil is next.
Warpdrive active.
And just in time, once everything starts to get on their orbit, especially a couple of these cruisers, it does start to mount in damage. But this puppy can handle that no problem. Drones are fine, tractor unit is in, and it is a C-type multi-spectrum energized membrane. Man, that stuff used to be worth a lot more than 59 million. But alright, it's still a very good drop, of course. Cannot complain about that. So, yeah, let's keep the wardec in mind. Nothing here to tether at, so we're gonna go like that. Still drop my probes just in time. And yeah, I'm actually going to choose these hideaways. We just saw how quickly we take those down, and as a result that means you're basically in a safe spot decently quickly as well. 3 signatures. Let's see here. Analyze. Let's drop the small drones. There's a combat site again. Which, I mean, I would be very surprised considering the Gila. I'm gonna expect that it came from the other side, from this side basically, and that it's already scanned these. But let's take a look. Maybe we can get lucky with like a respawn. So this is in Outlook, nothing too good. These Senti are finally deciding to take a shot at me. Locals fine. Second spawn, only 2, so man, this one just doesn't want to do anything again. Let's see if we can speed it up. Combat again. Press 1. And then let's see if this is the final spawn again. Another occupied mining colony. Alright. Press 1 again if I can. Alright. Well, that takes priority. Let's two-shot this one. No, so that was a... okay, so that was a little bit more. But I think you get the idea here, right? Take a super easy anomaly, take it down, and that means you're in that safe spot. And Gunther is here. Let's see if he's running that 4 out of 10. That's fine, that's fine. Alright, sentry drones are here. Bounce off the gates.
Warp active.
Let's see what this is. A data site as well. Alright, kind of want to finish that one. Let's see if I'm first. Yep, good. Minor shipping. Definitely not easy to scan it. Let's get the sentry drones out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Target, target, targets. Take a little bit of distance for the sound here. Okay. Local Sasha, minor shipping something. So it doesn't sound covert. Then why the hell is it so hard to pin it down? Analyze. Next set. A little bit of wrapping. Still not. Okay. I think it's with Alt. No. Shift. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if I can put these a little bit closer together. Let's see if that gives us a better result. They're still doing okay. Save a bit of cap. Trying to manage everything together now. You're next. You're next. Come on. You're next. You still need to be taken down. 98%. My god, you're being annoying. Let's see here. Can move him on average just a little bit closer. Lasers. Alright, shortcut doesn't want to work. Need to do the shields again. Stuff is within 20. Okay, at least that one's down. Take that one next. Thank you. Lasers, why aren't you? Or maybe it's too close already. And yeah, I'm just wasting too much time on this this tiny signature. Let's double click it. Shift again. Yeah, we're definitely not in the right spot now. All right. Let's bring these two closer. Tell me that you got it now. Lasers are not doing anything. These guys are not doing anything. We're still holding, but let's go. Come on, give me that signature. Yeah, all right. Back to the sights. Lasers you can stop since you're not hitting. And I don't have any alternatives with me. Now for some reason... Okay, let's go. Focus, focus, focus. He's at 10. At least we can still fire at it. I'm actually going to switch tactics here, I think. Return to drone bay. Drop the ogres. Head for the gate. See if we can take this guy down first. Bit of microwarpdriving to get some speed going. Come on. No, they're just gonna completely miss him as well, but my lasers should at some point be able to just hit that plague again. And then my ogres should be able to take care of these guys. Let's go. 25. Finally, lasers are hitting. Okay. Furthest one first then. If you're ever forced in a situation like this, this is what I would do. Because you never know when someone else comes in, right? And then you kind of want to have your ogres need to do as little traveling as is needed. One more burst. Should do fine. Okay, let's stop the wrapping. I will do this one, that one, and then this one. Come on. Ogres, ogres, ogres. Gunther is still alone. Yeah, and I have not been keeping an eye on local for war targets. What's it called? Let's That one is next. Let's see. Minor shipyard. Data site. Kinda curious to see what it's actually about. Let's go. Fire. And why do my lasers not respond? Okay, that's pretty good. Local sanction, minor shipyard data. If I do show info, can't do even show info on it. All right. Drones are in. Off we go. Stop that and save a bit of cap. Get the mobile tractor unit ready. Let's take this. Then we'll explore that minor shipyard. Can't say I've run it before, to be honest. So we'll take a look. True Stantia. You engage. Grab a medium. Couple hits, that's all right. Tractor unit is ready. Shields are down. Now, we need full hits to get through this guy pretty easily. So finally he's moving in my direction. Half armor, full hits. Okay, it's gonna work out. Get him, get him, get him. And then only 2 hits, so this is gonna be another rep to take. Finally, F on the mutilator, switch your targeting. Start your repping. And if it has another good drop, then I'm actually... oh, there's not even a station here. Okay, well, let's risk it. It's fine. It's not like I have to worry about this these days. Let's see if my sentry drones take some more stuff on. Blop, that guy's down. Another wreck created. Good stuff. Another one down. Oh, my little snipers. I do love them. And so now we're gonna try and get the timing down a little bit better. I think we can return you guys. I could go after the wreck at that point, but okay. Man, another 100 million. That is not bad. Scoop to cargo hold. A myriad of technological marvels inhabit this area of space. The physical guts of a powerful and well-protected computerized network data analyzer module. Alright, so that just refers to data analyzers, but let's be ready to get out if we have to, because let's hope that we just see some of these nodes. We do, it's 5 nodes. Okay. Let's go. It should be alright, but I am on my toes here. Save some cap. Take a look at the color of the core. It's just green. Alright, so that honestly should be fine. What do we get here? 1 million, nothing too special. Let's take the next one. Since we're misaligned, I think a burst of the Microwarpdrive is alright to do. Target this guy. And target this guy. There we go. There it is. Okay. Next. Target. And target. Hack. Oh, Stop MWD, please. All right. Nothing special. One more here. And so it is just a regular data site, I think. At this point, I think if anything were to happen, it would have happened. Okay. That's pretty lucky. That's unlucky. Final one. Let's see if we can't find any of those new drops again for the industry, which has happened. So I think like a couple of weeks ago, I did have another drop of the new stuff for industry. So let's see here. Okay. Not on this side. There it is. Give me something. No, unfortunately not. But alright, it's at least a couple million extra. Local is filling up, so I am getting the hell out of here. And we've been going for 45 minutes, so I'm going to complete this round. But very rewarding quick round here for exploration, I must say. While under the wardec, so thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.